Whenever we're ready. Okay.
Get my good side.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have a good side.
I know. I got
No
it
fun
better than
getting
the
old.
other side.
Yeah, it's not the other side.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special episode of Hammy Talks Movies, coming to you from Fear Fest here in San Antonio. Today, we have a special treat for you. We're with one of the stars from the
Easy
original.
for you to say.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking with one of the stars from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Mr. Alan Danziger. How you doing, sir?
Good.
Good.
So far.
Good to
so
see
far.
you here. First off, I want to thank you. I know that you've been really active in these conventions, meeting the fans, and that means a lot to us. Actors, they experience cinema through people and other actors and creating it, where the fans, we experience it through the characters that y'all create. And for us to be able to put that character with the actors that brought that to life, that's really fun for us. And I really want to thank you for that.
Well, the interesting thing is I didn't really do any of these things until I think in 2004.
Really?
It was the first one I did. And at the time, Gunnar, who played Leatherface, came to me and he said, Alan, they want to do a family, a cast reunion.
Yeah.
I was real skeptical. I thought I'd be meeting serial killers.
I mean, you
or
might be.
wannabes.
We don't know.
As it turned out, these were the nicest folk.
Yeah.
And they saw me as fresh meat. At Cinema Wasteland was the first one that I did. And then whenever I have a chance, I love it because the fans, they're wonderful. And horror fans are the bomb.
They really are. They really are. We get a stigma about us. Oh, they have to be weird. And maybe we are.
Yeah, who isn't nowadays?
Yeah, what kind of weird are you is what it's all
There's
about.
good weird and there's bad weird.
Well, before we get started, I want to pick your brain. So
That's not going to be a hard
there's not going to
thing.
be a hard. That's what I tell her all the time.
Won't be a long trip.
So when you watch movies, what genres do you like? Do you stick with horror that you make?
No, not at all. In fact, the only horror movies as a kid growing up was Abbott and Costello Meet the Wolf.
Yes, Wolfman and Frankenstein.
Yeah,
I grew up. My
And that
grandparents
scared the
raised
hell out
me.
of me.
Yeah, I had nightmares about the stupid Wolfman. Now you look back at it, it's like, how could I have been?
Cheney, you can't beat Lon Chaney.
Oh, I grew up with the Bela Lugosi and before all of this. So while all of my friends were listening to whatever, I grew up on Patti Page and Doris Day and Engelbert Humperdinck. And
my brother actually played with Engelbert Humperdinck.
Really?
Yeah, my brother was a pianist.
I'm a pianist too. I mean, not professionally, but I've played since I was 4, and I've got a bunch of. I really need to get back to it. I find reasons not to. So if I were to say, hey, I don't have anything to do tonight, I want to watch a movie. What movie would you recommend that maybe you love that I might not have ever heard of?
Well, I mean, there's Shawshank Redemption.
I just watched that recently.
And I just watched the movie, and I can watch it over. It just gets me at Green Book with Mahershala.
I started it.
It's a terrific movie. It's
a
sweet, wonderful movie, and just a weird kind of a buddy movie at the end. But yeah, I can watch that over and over again. The ending just gets me.
I haven't gotten there yet. I've wanted to watch it for my day job. Boo, day jobs. But
and it's really basically true life of Don Shirley. And my brother actually met him.
Really?
And met him through Jeffrey Holder.
Okay.
Who used to be the Cola Nut guy.
Yeah.
And my brother played with him at the Village Gate. In fact, when I was like 16, I went to see him, and on that same bill was Nina Simone.
Really? I gotta watch that one tonight.
Yeah.
I really got to. Okay, so you grew up in the Bronx.
Annie Hall, Blazing Saddles, any of the Mel Brooks movies.
Mel Brooks.
Yeah,
I could watch Mel Brooks all day long.
Yeah.
Now they got to put disclaimers in front of it, and I get it. It's a different time, but it's just
the Marvel type of things. They shoot them up to the bank.
So I do. I do. I like the comic books when I was younger. A lot of people
when I was
don't
younger,
like.
Well,
a lot of people don't like the movies because they don't follow the comic books, and I'm like, this is a director's idea of what the story would be. It's not your idea. Watch what the director wants to do. Make your own story if you want yours.
But I just like movies that have an emotional.
Yeah. Sometimes it's fun for me, turn my brain off and just watch something.
Exactly.
But I'm the same way. Little Miss Sunshine was great for me. Abigail Breslin.
Yeah.
There's so many. We had one art house here that we that showed the art movies. There's a French movie, I believe it's Perfume, Story of a Serial Killer. Watch that if you ever happen to see it on Netflix. It's really interesting.
Well, and actually, when I was younger, I was an usher at a theater in New York. It was called Cinema One.
Okay.
And back then, you took an escalator up. They had demi-tasse or coffees, and I saw Tom Jones.
Really?
Yeah, I love that movie. I saw it 100 times.
Yeah.
But back in the day, yeah.
I actually got to manage that art house theater there for a couple of years, and it was a lot of fun, but it didn't pay the bills. No. So then you had to get a grown-up job.
Sadly.
So you mentioned New York. You grew up in the Bronx.
I grew up in the Bronx.
And then you came here to, what brought you to Texas,
I
Austin?
took the wrong train.
Really?
Yeah, I usually take the D train to go to city. I got on the F train.
And it brought you here?
Brought me to Austin. And I always wanted to see a foreign country.
It really is.
Actually, to go to graduate school.
Oh, graduate school here. Okay, at UT Austin?
Yeah, I went to University of Texas, so I got a master's in social psychology, and then I switched. I got a master's in social work. So I got 2 master's degrees. I started programs in Austin working with mental health situations.
Oh, very nice. That's at a time when that wasn't popular. There was a stigma about it back then.
And my legacy is I get whacked.
Yeah.
By leather things.
It was a good scene, though. Oh, so you were were you aspiring to be an actor?
Not at all. And if you look at some of the reviews of me, one guy referred to me as this 30-year-old disco stew-looking dude.
Well,
I
that's
didn't know
funny.
what the hell he was talking about. He was talking
Toby
about
Hooper had nothing but good things to say about you. He said you were a natural.
Who? Oh, Toby?
Toby, yeah.
Where did he say that? I'd like
It was
that.
the director's cut of Eggshells.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how I met him in a social setting.
Yeah.
And I was doing social work, and there was typically about this couple, David and Amy.
Yeah.
I mean, it ended up being like a psychedelic, hippy-dippy, type of movie. But there were a lot of incredible techniques that Toby used that you could see the artistry that this guy had.
Yeah, he. I actually want to take a minute to talk about Toby because so he went on. He did The Mangler. He did Poltergeist. That's great. But he got started back in the late
Salem's
60s.
Lot, I think he did Salem's
He did,
Lot.
part of the miniseries for Salem's Lot. It didn't last too long, but it was before its time. I would love to see that redone.
So when he asked me, he said if they could shoot a scene with me. Back then I was doing social work, and David and Amy were doing volunteer work with me. So I did the scene, and then they kept adding stuff. And at the time I was married, and my wife, she's in it. My son is like 8 months old.
Yeah,
he's in it, and they kept adding scenes.
Shirley, right? Sharon. Yeah.
So they kept adding scenes, and now when I go back to, there's a scene where I'm at the house, and Kim Hinkle, who wrote Chainsaw with Toby, is reading poetry to me, and it's like gibberish to me. And I look at him and I go, "Are you talking to me?" And I said that line 7 years before Robert De Niro.
Yeah,
I never got my props for that.
Nothing.
So I'm still looking for
an
attorney to do it, pro bono, sonny bono, any type of bono.
Any kind of bono. Well, one thing about Toby, so back in the 70s, that's when the horror genre was really kind of reinventing itself. And it was kind of taboo and offensive, and there were rallies against it just because they showed blood on the screen. So a lot of special effects.
Because he didn't have a good experience. Nobody saw Eggshells.
Yeah.
So it came out, and then I think they just said, this can't work.
I watched it last night. It was hard to find.
Yeah. They said, we got to do something else. So that's how the germination for Chainsaw, plus Toby going into a Sears or Montgomery Ward at Christmas time, and then seeing the chainsaws and having the thing, I bet I can get through that line with that chainsaw. So that's the background.
Yeah, well, special effects companies, they weren't focusing on horror, so any effects, it had to be done on the fly in production with whatever you had lying around.
I mean, there's no CGI in
Nothing.
Chainsaw.
Exactly.
And one of the scenes where Grandpa's sucking blood, they actually cut her finger. I didn't know that.
Really? Oh, wow.
They just had to get the scene done, and
it
wasn't happening. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
Well, one thing about Toby and his movies, he kind of pioneered that cinematography and pushing the storyline along with dialogue and character when you didn't have that groundbreaking, waterfall of blood coming out of the elevators.
The thing is that I tell the story. I grew up in New York, and I would read Archer Winston. He did the movie column, and he would give out stars. For a movie, you got 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars. He said Chainsaw owed him stars. That's how much he hated that movie. He's dead. He's gone. Well, Toby's gone too. But anyway, that movie Quentin Tarantino said is a perfect movie.
Yeah.
So it's more than cult status now.
I could do episodes on Tarantino and how if anyone else were to create the movies he does, it wouldn't work.
Right.
But something about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Toby, people go watch more of Toby Hooper's movies. Rest in peace, because the cinematography alone, just even in Eggshells, when they're going around Austin and they're showing the rallies and just the backs of the heads and just the way he does the shots, and he's already telling the story.
And there was like the
before he
biggest
says
anti-war
anything.
demonstration
Exactly.
at UT, and that's their shots of me.
He's using real life.
Real life, yeah.
There's something about the original Chainsaw Massacre, before anything's done, he's panning to shots around Austin and there's just a dead armadillo there, which I saw the homage to in Weed Whacker Massacre.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. But yeah, he's just really great about that. I love that.
Very astute.
Oh yeah.
On your part. Very good.
And that's how I like to look at movies. People who know the podcast know I love looking at the creation, the writing, how it all comes about, and then seeing that end product, the vision of the director.
I'm learning things still. 50 years later, I'm still finding out. The fellow that played the drunk in the opening scene at the cemetery, he was drunk.
He was really drunk. Yeah.
And the guy in the truck, I looked up to him. It was John Henry Falk. He was a raconteur. He was blacklisted. He was some of the joy of that movie was being on set with John Henry Falk.
Really?
And just listening to his story.
See, and that's what I love hearing about, being on set. I am not an actor. I do not. That is not where my talents lie. But I'm just fascinated by.
Together, huh?
Yeah. Oh. So yeah. So I have to ask, when you're making a movie like that, like Chainsaw Massacre, is there ever a time where you think, hey, this could be something, this could be special? Are you just, like you said, on the set with your friends, having fun? Maybe it'll be something.
Much fun. I mean, I was having fun, but it was a brutal shoot. It was 100 degrees.
Oh, Texas.
We're in a van. There's no AC. You got Toby smoking cigars, a la Eric von Stroheim. Doing take after take after take. But for me, I had never done anything like that. So it was a lot of fun, and they worked around my schedule. So I only was in that house. That house was awful. Where we get whacked because you had rotting bones, you had rotting meat, people throwing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're stoned half of the time.
Yeah, that's another good thing. I saw they were talking about the old movie Popeye with Robin Williams. There were so much substances.
Yeah.
And they were bringing it in by the can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Different time, great times, I'm sure.
Exactly.
But so after Chainsaw Massacre, you started your company, Three Ring Circus.
Service.
Three
Ring Service.
Oh, they have it on
it's a
Three Ring
circus,
Service.
but it's
Three Ring Service. Got you.
It was an entertainment company, and we started doing singing telegrams, and I was Tyrone the clarinet playing turkey. So I know about humiliation. And then we added, started doing casino parties and then carnivals and, pretty big event, Pecan Street Festival, Bat Festival, ice cream. I did all the festivals, so.
Well, you did it for a while.
Yeah, for about 30 years.
So, yeah.
Enough is enough.
Enough is after a while. Well, yeah, so in 2023, that's whenever Cannibal Comedian came about. So were you looking to come back into the business?
No. I was actually at the gas station in Bastrop, and I met a fellow by the name of Mark Cirilli, and he's in Cannibal Comedian. He plays the heckler.
Okay.
And he said, Alan, would you like to if they ask you, would you do the voiceover? Kind of an homage to John Larroquette in Chainsaw. So I said, yeah, I'd do it. The thing is that we did it during a freeze, where I had no power. I had no heat. I was in my kitchen, for 3 days with no power. And they asked me to do this. I did the best that I could.
Well, it's funny because it kind of seemed to me like a 1950s radio newscaster was kind of that tone that you were going with. And narration is so different because there's no visual cues. You have to create this scene with just your voice.
Yeah, just my voice.
So it's a whole different beast. And then after that, so how did it work? People were sitting around a room and someone says, hey, I've got this idea. Let's kill people with a weed whacker. How does that come about?
I met this gentleman, And I use that term loosely.
Loosely.
Very loosely. And he was a horror guy, and
Yeah.
he said, I'd like to write a scene for you to do in his first movie, Storage Locker. That's either the first or second movie. So he said, would you do it? I said, I guess I got the time.
Yeah,
So
might as well.
the money was right, so I did it, and I think I got an ovation at the end. I guess they were happy that I could get through the line,
Well,
we became friends after that, and then going on different events, I threw out some ideas about, very loosely, what happened to my character. Because you don't see him dying. I mean, you see him getting hit, get hit in the head. And that's 50 years later, I'm still getting those headaches.
Yeah.
But anyway, out of that, he came with a fertile mind with Weed Hacker Massacre.
Weed Hacker Massacre.
And as a result, I mean, it's a horror comedy.
Yeah.
Which my thing is, once you stop laughing, you'll start screaming.
Yeah.
And now it's out. It's out on Tubi, Amazon Prime, a bunch of streaming platforms.
Yeah.
And
Me and my wife and my son, we watched it last night.
And it's getting great reviews.
It really is.
You know?
I didn't get it. The first 10 or 15 minutes, I thought it was going to be a campy horror. And then I saw what it was doing. I'm like, I got you. That's what this is. And that's when you really kind of see
straight out. It's not, they're not playing it for laughs. I mean, it's serious stuff.
So if I was in the market for one of those yellow wood panel station wagons, who would I talk to? Because that thing was amazing.
It would be great. I don't know how he did it, but he got it.
I would love to drive that around town.
Okay.
And I will tell you, whenever y'all are looking for the sequel, if y'all need a podcaster in the opening scene, reviewing
We'll
the
get your
first movie
information.
and getting murdered,
You're a big enough guy. You could even be Poker Face.
I would.
Poker Face is 6'5".
I wouldn't need to be paid. Maybe just a screen credit, and I get my IMDb page.
Okay. No problem.
Would be amazing.
I mean, the way it's going, we may have to do a sequel.
Let me know.
Yeah.
I will pick up the trash on set. I would just love to be around that.
You give us some information.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Absolutely.
But besides Cannibal Comedian, I'm also in My Dinner with Leatherface, and that's a documentary.
Yeah.
It's all about Gunner. It's wonderful. If you didn't know Gunner, you knew him when you at the end of that.
I have to watch that one.
And then there's another. It's called Chain Reactions, and it's also a documentary. I just saw it last year at CreepyCon or Beyond Fest, and it's just about other directors, the influence of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It started it all.
Patton Oswalt is
I love Patton Oswalt.
And I met him, and he wanted to take a selfie with me.
Yeah,
that's how
he is.
That's
and
how
what's so
hip he
funny,
is.
some of the characters he plays, the characters are kind of ditzy. The man is a certified genius in real life.
Very smart.
He is so, I've gotten to meet him once.
Very nice.
So
very
nice. And not fake nice. He's genuinely just a good dude.
Yeah, authentic.
Well, so I got to ask, Chainsaw Jerry's, the jerky. Was that always? Oh, I've got some coming. I ordered some last night.
And on the blade, it says, "We were the meats."
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to ask you about. Were you always? Was that always kind of a passion? Was that something you just got into?
I was always looking
making?
for just fun things, and
Just
people
fun.
said, like the bobblehead.
Yeah.
I was sitting around. They said, "You're an icon." I said, "I'm a Kmart discount icon." if anything." But they said you got to have a bobblehead. Well, I said I just don't want a bobblehead. I want a talking bobblehead.
Oh.
So this is a talking bobblehead, and it's got my lines like "Quit goofing on me," and that's the last goddamn hitchhiker I picked up. So these are and these are pretty much my own lines because they just said, "Just do you, Alan." And it worked.
Just make it yourself. So do we have to worry about anything here with giving your with Cannibal Comedian?
No.
Because I mean, I'll try anything twice, but I've definitely got that on the way.
This is a new item here. It's my Leatherface bath bomb.
Oh wow!
Smell it.
Oh, that's good.
Good stuff.
Take a bath with
And then I
Leatherface.
have
That's a
my chainsaw my chainsaw pins.
the
And they
light up, yeah.
See? And they've got Gunner's signature on it.
Oh, that's cool.
So people can go to my website, chainsawjerry.com. I got to do a plug while I'm doing it.
No, we're gonna link your website on our website,
chainsawjerry.com, and they can order T-shirts, all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely, and we ordered some some's for me. We might give out as a special giveaway to some fans. We'll see how that goes. I might keep it for myself. Y'all already know how I am.
You got it. You got it.
But I really want to thank you again, Mr. Danziger, for coming and talking to us.
Alan's good
Alan,
enough. Yeah.
that's going to be hard. I got a lot of respect for you. I thank you for coming out. Keep
Sure.
doing what you're doing. Let me know about the sequel. I'll leave my stuff. That would be beyond amazing.
Yes. Leave your stuff to how to get in touch with you, by all means.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. This is another episode of Hammy Talks Movies. And as always, find what you love and do it unapologetically. Thank you.